Welcome to the Kavkas, you guys. Today we're going to cover Declan Rice's potential move to Chelsea and compare his Who Squad stats against who? Jorginho. In my opinion, if Declan Rice comes in, is Jorginho bye? Bye-bye Regista, hello Enforcer. Stick around, I'll give you all the stats you need to know and all the articles that have been coming out foreshadowing this move. Stick around. Unless you've been living under a rock, you're fully aware about these Declan Rice rumours to Chelsea. Sky Sports is reporting it, TalkSport is reporting it, Matt Jarvis is coming out and basically pleading for him to pick Chelsea over Manchester United. Metro, Sun, Daily Mirror, all the major papers are talking about this. This is very likely to happen, guys. As you can see around me, these stories are not going away. The agreed fee is expected to be around about 50 to 70 million pounds. It's very likely that Chelsea are going to do this bid, with Frank Lampard apparently pushing for the player himself. I don't personally agree with it, but I am going to be impartial throughout the rest of the video, only discussing the numbers and what they suggest. Being a former academy player, in my opinion, is playing to the aid of Declan Rice. His potential move is encouraged by that fact. The fact that he has the Chelsea DNA, if anything. The fact that he's got best friends at the club still that are going to put in good words for him. He knows the coaches. It really does help his case. Look at these photos of him and Mason Mount. Declan Rice and Mason Mount are best friends. You can tell they've been friends from a young age. They're on Chelsea TV playing FIFA together. It is ridiculously close. But we don't sign players on sentimentality. So we do sign players on stats and the eye test. So let's cover the stats first and then we'll get into the eye test. To produce a video like this takes a lot of time and a lot of research. So please do me a massive favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and more importantly, comment below and keep it interactive. I love it when you guys do that. Kicking right out the back. Jorginho's played 23 games, Declan Rice has played 29. I think that's a good sample size of the season of Premier League games to give us a fair indication of what these players are like, who they are, and are these numbers reflective of their seasons. Before we do start, you need to take into consideration the two different styles of play. Chelsea are more trying to control the ball and attack. West Ham are very hang on, let's keep it tight, we'll take a point if it comes. So it's very good to consider these stats when you're looking at the defensive phase and the attacking phase. So some of these numbers may be a little bit inflated, but it's understandable and it's expected. Looking at what's up on the screen right now, I think the 3 tackles that Declan Rice averages per game really stand out compared to Jorginho's 2.2. The 3 tackles per game is the enforcer that Chelsea could be looking for. The interceptions are very similar, and that's very surprising for me because apparently Jorginho's defensive work rate is terrible. With 2.2 and 2.1, I think it's very fair to say that both players' reading of the game is fantastic, and they're actually very good defensive players, realistically speaking. The blocks from Rice are very surprisingly low. The number of 0.2 blocks per game, in my opinion, is extremely low for a player that plays for West Ham, and they're always deep blocks. Shots are coming in from far, they're trying to block, so I'm very surprised by that number. I think when you look at the clearances of 1.4 in Declan Rice's favour, it's very promising. But is he going to have the opportunity to do that at Chelsea as much when the game is a little bit more slower, when it's more controlled, when it's more dictated? Because in essence, at West Ham, it suits him. Even sometimes he plays at centre-back and he just cleans up, so the clearances should be going up exponentially. But in my opinion, he edges the defensive side of the game. But that's never Jorginho's strength. So now let's pursue on to the next level. If we look at the attacking aspect, Declan Rice averages 2 assists compared to Jorginho's 2 as well. But Jorginho's got 4 goals. That's the gift of being the penalty taker. In my opinion, those players should never be judged on goals and assists in the position that they play. The regista and the enforcer, they're too far away from goal. If anything, they're creating stuff, they're a key pass beforehand. But that's not their job, it's not their primary activity to be impacting the scoreline directly. If you look exactly to what Who Score rated both of them on, is 6.94, 6.95. There is nothing in between them. It's just a different style of play, and they've both been dispossessed per game by 0.7, 0.6 times. So it's almost 1 time a game they get dispossessed. In my opinion, that's not too great. And Jorginho sees so much of the ball that it's expected that he will lose the ball eventually. He's not a machine. And same goes with Declan Rice as well. I think he averages 44 passes a game compared to Jorginho's 77. So it's very telling that the numbers are massive. He's going to have to be very comfortable on the ball when he comes to Chelsea. looking deep into the statistics of the passing and the number of passes connected, Jorginho averages 88% of his passes to be completed, compared to the 82. But Jorginho averages 30 passes more. A, he plays for Chelsea. 2, he demands the ball at all time with his leadership quality and in the position that he just plays in. And additionally, 3.7 with the long ball. The long ball for Jorginho is never with time and space. Whether you like it or not, this season has been new and improved attacking from the front for teams. Teams have been consistently pressing Jorginho. They know that if he plays well, we play well. So they're trying to shut him down in every opportunity. Is Declan Rice going to be able to set the tempo for Chelsea from the outset? In my opinion, that's going to be the key element if that makes him a success story at Chelsea or if it makes him a failure, if he does come. Statistics paint half the picture. The other picture gets painted by your eye test. The eye test is integral to every single player that we sign, in my opinion. I personally believe I've seen enough of Declan Rice to know that Declan Rice is not Chelsea quality. I think I don't want my defensive midfielder to be an enforcer. I want him to be a regista, but that's just my personal style of play. I don't think Declan Rice is a terrible player. I don't think he's a world-class player. I think he's a very good / great player, potentially, but not in our system. I don't want him there. I think we have surplus to requirement in that position. And Ethan Ampadu or Trevor Chalobah could come in, given the opportunity, to do the exact same role that Declan Rice would do with years to come. But I want the Billy Gilmores in that position. I want Jorginho in that position. So for me, it's a cold, hard no. And the reasons is I just don't think he suits our style of play or the style of play I want us to play in the future. If you ask me, I don't really think Declan Rice is a bad player. I just think Chelsea's not the right club for him. If you think about it, he fits perfectly in Manchester United. You have the Declan Rice sitting there with Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. It's a nice balance. At Chelsea, it just does not fit right. It does not sound right to have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic or Kante, and Declan Rice. I just don't think that midfield has enough goals, attacking emphasis, and creativity in there. So Declan Rice, that's a cold hard no from me. 70 million can be spent somewhere else, or even 50. I sadly think the deal is going to happen because I think Frank Lampard wants him. And if he wants him, I think the club will back him for an English young prospect. Resale value, guys. It makes sense. That concludes today's video, guys. So now you can do me a massive favor. Comment below. Do you think Declan Rice should be at Chelsea? Like the video and subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification. It really does help when you guys watch it straight out at the outset when the video comes out. So show me some love and I'm out. I hope you guys enjoy it.